All right. Ms. Ford has filed a motion to withdraw, and Mr. Carr has stated in his pre-sentence investigation report that he would like another attorney. Ms. Ford, do you want to make a record of your motion to withdraw, please?
Yes, let me also say this, please. Mr. Carr had asked me also to withdraw his plea. He asked me to withdraw myself and his plea several times, many times after the last court hearing. And I finally chose to file a motion to withdraw because I couldn't reach an accord with him on any issue. And so for that reason, I feel there is irretrievable breakdown in terms of very irretrievable breakdown in terms of trial strategy. And I asked that I be allowed to withdraw, and he asked me to withdraw as well. So I was gonna kind of hang in there, but he asked me to, and I think he's right. We cannot reach an accord. So I'd ask to be able to withdraw.
Thank you. Ms. Woods, any response?
Nothing from the people, Judge.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Kai, anything you want to say regarding the motion to withdraw, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to ask the court to let her withdraw because there's, as she stated, there's a misunderstanding and irreconcilable differences that we do have. Has been 911 recording that has not been obtained or provided to me. I had to go ahead and get that myself. And that's just one example of many of the other reasons. Also want to highlight, since I heard that in the court hearing, about calls and communication, basically. Calling me at 1:30 in the morning, 12 midnight, which I have records of, is unacceptable. Telling me also that I've called, that I've received calls that I have not received is unacceptable.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, it sounds like there's a breakdown.
My response is that's ludicrous, but okay. I told him I called last night at 11. I did because I texted him and we had agreed I'd talk to him yesterday before this hearing, but any other time that's just absolutely ludicrous.
What time was it that I was these texts?
Okay, that's enough. So my question is, do you have a new attorney, Mr. Kai, or are you looking to have a court-appointed counsel at this time?
I am looking forward to the court giving me a court appointed because I've exhausted all of my funds.
All right. All right.
And could I put something else on the record?
No. All right. I'm going to allow the attorney to withdraw. I'm signing the order allowing the withdrawal. Well, I will say this before you leave. This started out as a bench trial, and Mr. Ka, I'm sorry that you two aren't on the same page. I don't see why you feel as though your result would have been any different. You have better chances with the direction you're going in now, but I will give you your right to do whatever it is you're going to choose to do next, which may not be in your best interest, but that's your choice. Ms. Ford, you may now leave.
Thank you.
I will see you back here for sentencing. Did I give you a date already, Mr. Carr?
No, Your Honor, I have not received the date.
Okay, I'll see you back here on July 21st to give him enough time to come up to speed with this matter, okay?
July 21st. What time?
At 10:00 a.m.
Got it.
Judge,
Will my new attorney be in contact with me, or do I have to call the courtroom?
The new attorney should be in contact with you. It's gonna go to the public defender's office first, and
Okay.
everything is fine with them representing you, then you should be all set with having an attorney. Does anyone from the public defender's office want to talk to him today?
Your Honor, I can if you want to put us in a breakout room.
Okay. And, Ms. Woods, you had something you wanted to say?
Yes, Judge, the victim is, well, she was present on Zoom. I just
Sure.
want to make sure that that date worked for her. If not, did she want to make her statement today if she couldn't be here on July 21st?
Ms. Decker, does that date work for your calendar, ma'am?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
With all honesty, I can't keep calling off work for this. So if I can make a statement today, that'd be preferable.
All right, you can.
Okay. All right. Should I start now?
Yes, ma'am, you may.
Thank you. When I first met Shaq, it took him a few hours to tell me that he loved me. He was handsome, kind and gentle, loving and funny. It took him 2 months to get me pregnant, and now we're over 2 years in and I'm in a domestic violence Zoom court appearance. Here's an updated list of characteristics that apply to Shaq after you get to know him. Con artist, pathological liar, cheater, violent, perverse, nefarious, dangerous, self-absorbed, narcissist, and psychopath. For 2 years, I kept seeing his potential and kept fighting to get the love of my life back, the man I met in September of 2022, but this man does not exist. We are here for only one incident today. He told me he would rub my face in distilled applesauce on the ground, just like how you would rub a dog's nose in its own shit, and inhumanely proceeded to do so. This trial does not cover the 2 years of lies, abuse, gaslighting, manipulation I have gone through. Shaq has violently abused me 4 times, stole my car twice, and has tried to break into my home on 3 different occasions. I have gone through so much mental exhaustion that I have connected with the domestic violence support group and counseling through the Women's Safe House and have a psychiatrist who's helping me overcome my struggle. In November of 2022, Shaq was arrested and convicted for a felony strangulation less than murder charge. He was on a drinking bender and attacked his 50-year-old ex-girlfriend. He was sentenced to 5 years probation and is currently still serving this term. He violated that PPO and that she had on him, and he served 4 months in jail. The night before he got arrested for that violent crime, he showed up to my house drunk. We got into a physical fight where he picked me up, refused to let me go, and I was flailing around to get free. In the crossfire, I got out with a bleeding welt on my forehead after an incidental headbutt. I ran to the bathroom and locked the door. He started beating the door. I was scared it would beat down on me and smash me. I got out of the bathroom and eventually got him to leave my house. I found out I was pregnant January 1st, 2023. Those 4 months that Shaq served while he was served sentencing for the PPO violation were the better months of my pregnancy. The other months when Shaq was not incarcerated were so stressful and abusive that my doctor was worried about my health. I was not gaining sufficient weight in my pregnancy, and I was unable to eat because the amount of trauma and stress I was suffering directly from Shaq, and was scared my baby wouldn't even make it. Instead of aiding to his pregnant partner, he spent most of his time fighting, drinking and driving around, looking for fake pee to pass his drug tests, gambling, cheating, and just any way to really con anybody any way he could to get whatever it is he wants. I've been diagnosed with CPTSD. I have been prescribed Lexapro for my severe anxiety and depression. I can be triggered by something as simple as my cell phone ringing. This is because the number of times Shaq has abused my boundaries and calls me off of fake numbers, strangers' numbers, and friends' numbers all hour of the day and night. The harassment has been endless. At nighttime, I am scared Shaq is going to show up or break into my home. Shaq has showed up to my house uninvited more times than I can count because I refuse to communicate with him after incidents of abuse. On 3 of those occasions, he has literally tried to break into my house. I stay up at night scared of the noises I hear, and I cry into my pillow because all of the trauma I've suffered from. He has also verbally assaulted my 6-year-old child. That's not his child. He has gone so far as to telling me when we get married, he will be physically disciplining both of my children. Last year, he screamed, "Fuck you and shut the fuck up," to my son after my son was trying to stand up for me during a verbal altercation in my vehicle with Shaq. Now the trauma is passed down to my oldest son. I had to call the police that night, and my son will never forget the memory of his little brother's father. Later that same night, Shaq physically assaulted me again by picking me up and shaking me around in the kitchen. He was purposefully doing so I could not aid to my 6-month-old child. I had to call the cops for a second time in less than 24 hours. He was taken to the hospital by the police because of erratic behavior. It is hard to say how many times I've called the cops, probably somewhere around a dozen times, yet no consequences. Additional victims don't end there. In January of this year, his current girlfriend, Rebecca Klein, called me. During this phone conversation, she confessed to me that Shaq had physically assaulted her as well. He pushed her down to the ground, flattened her tire, and tried to pull the spark plugs out of her 2003 Mitsubishi. For reference, he started dating his current girlfriend when we were still together and cheated on me for 5 full months with her. He has absolutely no integrity. She is still with him today and even bailed him out for this domestic violence warrant. She is the new me, as I have also bailed him out of jail for when he has received a resisting arrest in October of 2022 in the back of a hotel parking lot selling to a drug addict. The police discovery states that they found needles, used condoms, and a crack pipe in the car. There is kind of a pattern here. In the time that I've known him, he has been in rehab twice because he is a severe alcoholic and a psychiatric ward that diagnosed him with schizophrenic bipolar, but he refuses to take his medication. He even broke his bond conditions for this case by drinking and failing a test. He claimed he didn't know there is alcohol in the drink. Obviously, that's a lie. Shaq is extremely dangerous, and any woman that encounters him should be scared for her life, because I am. I do not believe this is someone who can be rehabilitated or reformed. He has a staggering number of arrests and charges. He has no remorse. He can't even tell the truth about what happened in this court case. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't respect you, and he doesn't even respect himself. Do I think Shaq is going to continue torturing me? It's honestly hard to say. Every time I thought he was hitting rock bottom and was sure that he would make a correct decision or have a single logical thought in his mind, he kept digging further and further and further. Nobody can tell what Shaq will do next because he is completely unpredictable. I would like to thank the court for giving me the time to read my speech.
Thank you for providing it. Thank you for taking the time to be here today. And Mr. Mansour, your client pled guilty during the middle of a non-jury trial because I had heard testimony that and watched video that seemed pretty irrefutable, but he apparently wants to withdraw his plea and go back to having a DV second, which, you know, I might be inclined to do because that's a 1-year offense for him if he would like to do that.
All right, thank you. I will discuss everything with him. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. July 21st, 2025 at 10 o'clock a.m. See you all then.